I'm Mbiko and I'm from the AISL class of 2019. I'm from the eastern part of Zambia, specifically Petauke or the Mambwe district. My parents are Kunda and Seka, but I was born and raised in Usa. And one time we came across this ad that AISL posted in the newspaper looking for applicants for the scholarship program. And so my father decided that this would be a perfect opportunity for me, and so I applied. During the application process, I was still in a local Zambian private school, but during the whole thing, I was called for the second round by AISL. I went to AISL and I wrote a couple of exams there and how what their role is being parents of a kid switching from a private Zambian school to an international school was going to be like. And so after they saw that my parents were completely for an education that allowed me to go beyond boundaries that Zambia could provide, I took the step of being taking a step of faith and decided to hope that I would get into the scholarship program. I had a mentor, two mentors actually. One was Natasha and the other one was Miss Chulu. Both of them helped me during my entire transition from being from my local Zambian school to being a student at a real well-rounded educational facility like AISL. It was something completely new to me. I hadn't been exposed to different cultures like that before in my life. Having a personal relationship with teachers was something completely different to me because at my local Zambian school, there was a teacher and there was a student and there was nothing else. You couldn't talk to them like they were your friends. You couldn't address them about any problems you had in class. If you had problems, you just had to deal with them by yourself. But at AISL, it was something that you could approach a teacher about and talk to them about. Mrs. Bolji, she was one of, as I said earlier, she was one of the scholarship application officers who came home, and she's a counselor at AISL. And so obviously she helped me through this entire transition. It was from 10th grade to 12th grade. And I spoke to her about challenges, not just academic challenges, but social challenges and fears about where I was headed after AISL. Because obviously I knew that going to an international school meant I'd had to step outside of Zambia. My whole life I thought I would go to university within Zambia. And I had my whole life set out. I was going to go to UNZA, I was going to study medicine, the whole thing, the whole usual shebang. But then after I went to AISL, things changed. And so Mrs. Bolji helped me with that. And so there was a college application process during 12th grade. And I had to handle the college application process while taking care of my academics. And I took the IB diploma program, which is quite a rigorous program, but it was quite enriching nonetheless. And so I applied to several universities in the States, in the UK, and I applied to a university New York an American university outside of either of the two regions I was thinking about, NYUAD, university that I ended up going to, is the university I'm at right now, New York University, Abu Dhabi. Obviously, applying to other universities was quite scary, to be honest, because it was a period of uncertainty, and personally, I hate being uncertain. So it was a time when I wouldn't know where I was going to go with my life or what I was going to do with my life specifically. But I applied to New York University, Abu Dhabi, early decision, and I received an email from them saying I could come over to the university for personal interviews, and they paid for the whole thing. They paid for the flight. They gave me a room to stay. They gave me food, and we had sample classes. They took us around Abu Dhabi to see certain parts of the Emirates, and it's honestly such a beautiful place. I'd never seen anything like it before. There's this one thing that they told all the candidates to do was climb this sand dune, and I am not fit. So like halfway through climbing the sand dune, I was dying, but I was having the time of my life. Like, it was such a beautiful experience that I knew this was a university I wanted to go to. And so obviously during this whole thing, candidates weren't exactly admitted just yet. There was still the interview process, and they asked me questions and I answered them based off of the practice that Mrs. Bolji had helped me with before. So beforehand at AISL, they helped me deal with the anxiety that one would feel when undergoing all interviews and stuff like that. And so I kept replaying the interviews in my head that I practiced back at AISL here for the admission offices here. And that helped me get admitted to the university with a full ride scholarship. So please apply to AISL, because trust me, it's an opportunity you would not want to miss. It will change your life, because it really did change mine.